Today I'm going to be researching the effectiveness of proper hand hygiene techniques in decreasing the rate of infection in hospitals. To begin my research, I will start typically by opening my web browser. Let's use Chrome, because that sometimes seems to be a little bit quicker. For me, I like to use library-based, I like to use online research material so that I don't have to go to the library and look up print articles. What I'll normally do is I'll go to my institute's online library resource. From there, I will log in. I log in because there are resources that are only made available to students that are not available to the general public. I go to article databases. I like to search databases by their subject because it narrows down the amount of articles that I'm going to get back. So I can go to health and nursing, and it just gives me a list of different types of databases that are available to look at and to go through. There's, as you can tell, a lot of different databases. These aren't even articles, and these are just the ones that are specific to nursing. Here you see you have the academic search complete, and it gives you a little like sub text about what is in the database. But to try to get something that's gonna like hone in on what I'm looking for, I'll go through here and see if I can find something a little bit more. See, there's Consumer Health Complete. EBSCO is really good, but it has a lot of different articles. So I'm going to start with EBSCO, but we might come back and do Health Source or even the CINAHL. So we can do their database, and you can select them based on what you're looking for. And EBSCO, I forgot this, but now I remember, EBSCO encompasses also some of the other databases. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to click the two alternative ones that I was thinking about. With full text, that's going to help us pull up articles that we can read all of. We'll just go with those 3 for right now. Here's where I can type in what I'm going to search. So we can do hand hygiene, and then we can add in our additional pieces. If we just type in the whole research topic into the search bar right here, it's only going to kick back information that includes the entire text that we put into this text box. It isn't like Google where it can break apart and interpret different parts of what you search. So we're going to do hand hygiene, infection rates, and we can just start with that. If you want to go down here, you can do other options. So we could select like recent. So we want it to be within the past, typically 2 to 5 years, but we can say 2 years. So this is April, so we do April 2007 to April 2017 to April 2019. We're gonna do research and evidence-based practice. For both of these, that's going to give me research information, and then for this one, it's going to give me evidence-based practice information, which is practices in the nursing or health professions fields that are based around evidence that's been collected from different research. So I'm going to go ahead and click search now. So this is going to kick back some different articles. You can always change, and sometimes I will, refine my search options over here on the left. So it shows me how many came back from the different databases. You can click show more if you had a large amount of different databases that you had selected. So right off the top, I have health workers' perception regarding hand hygiene. That doesn't really go with what we're looking for. We're looking for hand hygiene as it relates to infection prevalence in hospitals. So we might not select that one, but what I did like was that it had the full text PDF, which is really nice. Okay, so here, team efforts help improve ES departments' cleaning practices and safety performance. So I'm not exactly sure what this is talking about right off the bat, but what I can do is I can select it, and normally it'll give you like the abstract, which is right here. This article discusses working behavior. Healthcare-associated infection rates, so that's something that we definitely want to look at. Team efforts in cleaning and faculty and patient care with infection prevention. So this definitely seems like it's something that could be of use. So I can click over here at PDF with the full text. If I was on my home computer, I would typically save the file just so that I would have it on my desktop. So this is going to be the PDF that I can save if I wanted to. But we're just going to close out of that, because what I can also do is I can go over here and I can select this cite option. And that's one of the nice things about using the library resources and the database search engine options is a lot of times they will give you the full list of the proper citations. So right here we have the APA citation. So what I would do is I would take this, I would copy the whole thing, and I would pop it into a Word document. In the Word document, what I'll do is I will list this as my researched. And then I'll do like a number 1 so that I remember that it's the first one that I came to. Oops. I don't need all And then I deleted half of what I needed. Okay. Anyways, I would get rid of all that. But anyways, I would just want to put a 1 here so that I remember that it was the first one that I came to. And then when I go back over to the browser, when I save it, save the full PDF, I can save as with the number 1 for my research topic and about what it is. If I go back, I like to collect a couple of different sources before I start really writing. Some of them won't make the cut. They might seem good at first, and then I realize that they're not as good as what I would think. Here's interesting. Patients hand washing and reducing hospital-acquired infection. This is nice because it has 3 different images available, and again, that full PDF, which gives us the full text instead of just a portion. We can save the PDF. We can again cite it over here. And this gives us a nice abstract. And I like this article because it is talking about exactly what we're looking for. Unfortunately, it looks like this article may have been published within our search time range, but the research may have been done in 2013. See, it was published, it looks like, in June of 2017, but the information within the research for this article may have been conducted in 2013, which is what I think I'm reading. I can open the full PDF to see if that information was conducted in 2013. I may choose not to use it because it is not very recent. If my professor, if I'm writing this for a college class, generally our professors will give us how recent our research needs to be, but this says in 2000, well, that's when they were talking about HAIs, which are healthcare acquired infections or hospital acquired infections. But I don't, while I'm scanning this, quickly see exactly when oh yes, here we go. This is the intervention was done in 2012. Before was in 2012 and after was in 2015. So if I was to read the whole article, the article may be alright to use, and it also depends on how recent I need the information to be, but that's something to keep, that I like to keep my eye on, is just how recent the information is. When I'm using the information from these PDFs, I will keep the PDF open on my browser or on my desktop typically, and I will get it a little bit smaller, set it over to the side, and simultaneously open up my Word document. Of course, not my citation, or rather my reference document, but I would have a blank document here to be summarizing in what I found from each article as it relates to the individual article itself. So I could do a reference section, but then I could go down and I could say information from articles, and then I just say reference briefly the article that I'm talking about, and I can just paraphrase